All right, folks, today's video is a special PS5 edition for my current top picks for the best gaming monitors that you can buy. And we're gonna break these picks out into different categories, depending on what you value the most. But before we do, I've got a lightning fast 2TB SSD that I'm gonna be giving away at the end of this month to a lucky member of the Tech Audit TV Discord. All you gotta do is click on the Discord link in the description, join the Discord. You can also go to thebestdiscord.com. And once you are in there, you're gonna see a channel called Giveaway. That has all of the details. And I'm looking right now, we've got a whopping 36 entries. So your odds of winning are still looking very nice for this contest. So with that out of the way, let's hop on over and take a look at our first pick here. So this pick here is for those who really want 4K gaming at 120 frames per second at the same time. And in order to do that, you have to have a monitor that has an HDMI 2.1 input. Now, a lot of monitors, a lot of gaming monitors, they are not equipped with this HDMI 2.1 support. That's one of the things I like about the techaudit.tv website is it highlights that for you. But this is the cheapest route to get there. It's a 28-inch display. The refresh rate is 144, which is more than enough for your 120 FPS that you need for PS5, and it's an IPS panel, so the colors are going to look great. It's going to have great angles, and if this is doubling as a PC or Mac monitor, it's going to do a great job for that. And of course, a 1 millisecond response time, which is nice and quick. This is the cheapest route right now to get a 4K 120 FPS monitor. Now, if you are interested in doing something that's very similar but bigger, maybe 28 inches is just not quite enough for you, that's where I recommend this from LG. Again, 4K, also 144 hertz. You're still getting that IPS display, which is nice. There's one that is like $40 cheaper, but it's VA, and I feel like it's worth paying that extra 50 bucks for the IPS panel. And again, it's HDMI 2.1, so that you can get that 4K at 120 FPS. So this is a little bit of a price upgrade, but it's for those who just do not want to be playing at 28 inches, which personally I think is fine. But if you're coming from a TV, it might be worth, you know, settling at that 32-inch size. I think it's a good, healthy size for console gaming. And real quick, if you're enjoying these deals, go ahead and hit that like button down below to let me and YouTube know that you want to see more of these kind of videos. And I have also got all of the monitors today linked down below in the description so that you don't have to go searching all over the web trying to find these things. Now, I know a lot of people like the 4K monitors, and that's great, but the reality is this: even though the PS5 supports 4K at 120 FPS, that doesn't mean the game itself will support it. So right now, the list is still very small of games that will be able to do 4K at 120 FPS. Much more realistically, especially for a lot of big AAA title games like Call of Duty and whatnot, you're gonna be looking at 1440p 120 FPS, which honestly is great. I play that on PC and I've got no complaints. So this is a great value here, not only for PS5 players, but even if you're a PC player, this is a killer deal right now. It's $220 over at Walmart, and it's a 32-inch display. You're getting 165 hertz refresh rate, which again, if you're a PC player, you're gonna benefit more from that, but that is going to get you your 120 FPS on a PS5, 1440p resolution. Don't know if I said that or not. And then we've got the 1 millisecond response time, nice and fast, and an IPS panel for that solid display. Doesn't have HDMI 2.1, but in this case, you don't need that. And it does have HDMI 2.0. It also has a display port for you PC players to get those high frames. But on an HDMI 2.0 connection, you will get 1440p 120 FPS, no problem. Now this next deal here is for you folks who really want an OLED display, and I've got good news and bad news. Let's start with the bad news. OLED gaming is still very expensive. The good news is you've got me on your side, and I'm good at finding good deals here. And this is the best deal, unfortunately, I guess you could say, because it is still expensive, 700 bucks. Yes, that is $200 cheaper roughly than what it normally is selling for, and I think even more under the MSRP. But over at Amazon and Best Buy, you can pick this up for 700 bucks. It's a 27-inch display. You're gonna get a 1440p picture. It's gonna look great, obviously, because it's OLED. The response time is crazy fast. and you're gonna have a super high refresh rate. Now, this was obviously created for a PC gamer, right? To be able to achieve those high refresh rates. You're only gonna get 120 of that. And if you're wondering, hey, can I get a monitor that's like this with the OLED and the 1440p, but at a lower refresh rate that's closer to that 120? I can't find anything, at least anything that's either reasonably priced or just that meets that specs. It kind of just like drops down to that 60 hertz. So right now, this is in my opinion the entry level monitor for a PS5 gamer who really wants OLED. Now this last one here is for you OLED fans who want a little bit more, and in this case you're going to be getting a lot more screen size. This is a 48-inch screen. You're basically on that borderline of like large monitor and smaller TV. So it's great still for a setup, or if you're having this in your bedroom and whatnot, if you're going to be using this as an entertainment device as well to watch movies and whatnot. You're going to get a great picture, obviously, with a 4K resolution. You're going to get that 120 FPS because you've got the refresh rate and you've got the HDMI 2.1 support on this to allow you to get those. And again, a super nice 0.1 millisecond response time. So while this is expensive, if you got the cash and you want the best of the best, again, OLED, there is criticism still about burn-in, so to speak, but a lot of these monitors now, including this LG one that I've looked into, they've got a lot of mechanisms in place that will prevent a lot of that. Or if you start having issues, you can essentially reset stuff through panel refreshes, pixel refreshes. But it's something to look into. We're still kind of early in this day and age, but in my opinion, with the PS5, like you don't really have as many problems as you would on a Windows or Mac computer, where there's a Windows icon at the bottom that's always staying there. So something to consider there. But if you're buying OLED, you probably have already done your research on this stuff and you really want it. And in that case, this is my favorite deal right here. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, you might be worried that this list could be out of date. Lucky for you, I've got a tool that will change your life. Go to techaudit.tv and click on that beautiful PS5 button. This page will update in real time with the best PS5 deals based on criteria that I have personally set, and each section outlines exactly who these monitors are ideal for. Also, don't forget to join the Discord down below via that link to win this 2TB SSD. And if you are new to the world of gaming monitors, or you just need a quick refresher, I have got you covered with this super helpful buying guide that you can watch right here. Enjoy.